And we are live. Weird, you popped in before I did. Welcome back to U.F.F. Untitled Fan Favorites. Yes, we're gonna stick with the name. It is Magicus's turn. Chesh will be
That's right.
back. Um, we have Crisis Core later this month, and we have other games lined up after that. But other people will be swinging on by for this too. And as you can see, what the game is, it's Final Fantasy IV, which apparently you know much of and are a big fan of.
Yeah, Final Fantasy IV is my favorite game ever. So,
Well then,
uh,
perfect wingman to guide me through it. Because if I ever played it, it was like all of 10 minutes, and then I just put it in with the other Pixel games that aren't 6. Um, this is the one that has this is the one that has the it's the storyline continues in 5, doesn't it?
uh, this is one of the. What is it? How do I put it? Really, it's credited with like really bringing like dramatic storylines to like kind of Western games. So this is one of the first one in America, I think, that like has like a really in-depth, detailed story to it. Because like the Final Fantasy 2 and 3 were not released in the US at first. So Final Fantasy 4 actually came to the US as Final Fantasy 2 on the Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
And prior to that, we only had Final Fantasy 1, which didn't really have a whole lot of story to it. Like there are a little bit of like lore bits here and there, but like
Yeah, we played
4
it,
was the first one in the US that like really made the story like the primary focus of the game.
which is hell yeah, which I'm down for. The we played 1, we played 2. We're halfway through 3 right now. And I've also on this channel also played and Twitch as well. We've also played 8, original 7, of course.
Mm-hmm.
When Chesh and I will eventually tackle the remaster. Um, the We almost are finished with 10. 12, and the one with the boy band, which is like 15, isn't it?
Yeah, yep, that's 15.
Yeah. We've beaten all those. The rest I have all lined up and ready to go. God, I picked a bad T-shirt to wear. Like I'm just like going through the background here. Anyway, standard shill. Please like, share, and subscribe. One extra caveat: if you and I have a good rapport, an already established rapport going back and forth, and have a game that is either super cheap to get or even better that I already have, and you would like to basically be up there, where Magicus is right now for a future episode, then by all means, reach out to me and tell me what your game is that you could and will talk about for ages. And hopefully
Yes. Yeah, I
we
can't wait.
we need range. Range can all just be Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy clones.
There's a lot of cool stuff about this game. I do have some notes that I'll mention when we get to
All right.
different parts
Well,
here.
without further ado, now we'll go to the gallery when the game's finally finished. Probably months from now. We'll go to the extra and go through the galleries. So for now, boom. Let's do this. Ooh, good start. Airship.
Yep. So you start with the infamous Red Wings theme.
Using some of the previous sprites from the last game, but the main dude looks different.
Are you screen sharing the game in Discord with me, or do I have to watch it on YouTube?
I'm doing it on. I'm doing it on. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's actually smart. Second. Share your screen. Yeah. How's that?
Beautiful, perfect.
Fantastic. It's kind of scary. Shit's not gone wrong yet.
I love hearing that beautiful music. This is one of the first and last tracks you hear in the entire game.
All right. Captain, you'll be doing some of the voices, and I'll be doing some of the voices. Captain,
Right.
we're arriving at the barn shortly.
Very well.
Captain seems kind of down.
After what we did, who wouldn't be?
Orders are orders. Killing innocent people to get the crystals isn't right.
Oh yeah, we get a flashback here. See, this game has cutscenes.
Fuck yeah! Fuck you, Bethesda. This is immersive storytelling.
See, they just killed those black mages. Well, sort of. They knocked him out at least.
Krendar, no! Crystal in a Final Fantasy game? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh yeah, this game really, really revolves around the crystals heavily. It also is one of the first Final Fantasy games, I think, to have a sequel, which also explains the history of the crystals in
That's
every
what I
Final
was
Fantasy
asking
game.
earlier. It's like the first one that like has a follow-through, not like a spin-off or like a handheld.
Yes, Final Fantasy IV, the After Years. We can talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. Red Wings, supposed to be not armed with.
That's enough!
But Captain,
Surely you don't condone what we've done. All of you listen well. The raid in Mysidia was imperative for Baron's prosperity. The Mysidians know too much about the crystals. Their very possession of one is a threat to Baron.
just Baron, is it? Not the Baron, just Baron.
Now, the Kingdom of Baron.
Welcome to the county of Dukedom. Okay.
His Majesty ordered we obtain their crystal, and as soldiers of the Royal Air Force, we are sworn to obey.
Captain.
Captain, monster sighted, dead ahead! Prepare for battle!
This is a good opener. Ooh, they move now. That's terrifying.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Use fire on your
Also-
wooden ship.
So in the original one, he actually does use those items to attack, and the items, I don't think they were dummied out of the original English release of the Super Nintendo. However, in this version, they've added the deck, so you can actually have access to the red fang that makes him do that fire attack.
Ooh, cool. Ugh.
Are you all right?
Got more hostiles.
Damnation! So another fun thing is that the script for this is wild. Yep. So the Pixel remaster, I believe, has a more faithful script towards what it was originally supposed to be. Because is
No,
everyone
you keep
okay?
talking. They can read it. They can read when they read.
All right, yeah. So the original script for this game, when they were designing it for the Famicom and Super Nintendo here, was supposed to be about 4 times larger than the actual final script was. They had to cut it down by about 75% to get the script for the game to work.
Damn.
And through the various re-releases and different systems, they modified the script a little bit, and the translations, and this one I think is a little bit more faithful to what the script was originally supposed to be. One of the cool things is that in the DS version of this, there's extra dialogue that's all unique to that game that's available through thought bubbles in the characters when you open up the menu. So you can actually get an even better idea of what each character was thinking about at various points in the game. Because each kind of checkpoint of the game gives the characters like their own different thoughts for that point. So yeah, whoever's in your party at that given time, you can actually get extra kind of context and dialogue for that. So they found ways to kind of reintegrate some of that original script and vision into it. So they've, over the course of re-releases, they've fleshed it out a lot better. But because of the memory limitations, they had to like cut down a lot of what ended up in the original. And there's still a shit ton of dialogue in the original.
Like, I was thinking, like, how could you get that onto a damn cartridge?
Oh, it's hard. Yeah.
Up to quite recently in the game cycles, you have to admit, but like that was one of the biggest things. They were always limited by their tech.
Yes.
I can see the sprite works a little better.
Yep. And the Pixel remaster obviously has much better graphics here than the original does. You'll notice, especially like with the water on the overworld map, you can see it's a lot different. There's a different kind of like 3D effect when you're in the airship and taking off and landing, where it's not quite like Mode 7, but it's actually a little bit better. But Final Fantasy IV is also, yeah, they use the Super Nintendo's Mode 7 graphics to when you like were flying in the airship, for instance, it like scales the world and makes it look like it's at a different kind of angle. So you get the impression that you're actually like flying above the world instead of just the weird kind of like airship just directly over it. I don't know how to describe it, but if you see it in action, you can kind of understand. And they changed some of those effects a little bit here to be a little bit nicer, but there's still something charming about how the Super Nintendo handles that stuff that I really like. So yeah, right now, Cecil is getting demoted literally just for saying, like, are you sure it was a good thing for us to kill civilians here, steal this crystal? The king's not having any of that. He's like, how dare you question me? Yeah, I know, what a crazy idea, you know, just like completely demoting and or firing people for questioning any bad decision you've made. That's definitely not like anything we're dealing with today. I don't know how anyone could relate to that.
In all fairness, how often do they question it so publicly?
Yeah. So Kane walks in to try to defend Cecil, and then the king's like, oh, well, if you care about him that much, why don't you fucking go with him, asshole?
This is so surreal going from the last game to this, because it's... There we go. Because it's... Like, that was a hell of an intro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Never is, may I say, I trust the king. Majesty's acting very strangely to me.
Yeah.
Value your life, best put the king country before anything else.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Jesus
I
Christ.
see you
I just
there.
happened to walk inside and I was like, what's going on?
Alright, yeah. So... Yeah. Both Cecil and Kane kind of took different paths through the military here, where Kane decided to follow his father into the Dragoon Corps, and Cecil, at the instruction of the king, became a Dark Knight. Which is kind of metal, because Dark Knights are like, they look really evil and scary, and their primary ability is to literally use their own soul to hurt their opponents.
Nice. Yeah, he doesn't give me a I'm your friend, bro. You can trust me with that armor.
No, it does not.
I'll lower it down just a bit more because my headphones are struggling to get this, so I don't know what chat's like.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go on.
So
here.
there's a couple chests you can loot in the castle here. You see them right in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Those staircases go to the mage core rooms. So if you want to talk to some of the white or black mages in the army.
These are pretty, yeah, useful.
Yep.
How many modern games will send you out to do tons of shit and they won't even give you like a fucking health pack? Sleep!
Yeah, shitty mage. There are definitely more potent spells than that.
Yeah.
Any fans of the Final Fantasy series know it goes like Fire, Fyra, and Fyraga.
Fyraga, yeah.
And then the white mages are on the other side if you want to see them. Yes, Rosa is Cecil's girlfriend here.
Oh.
Yep. Curaga is the only spell in this game that actually has 4 tiers. It goes Cure, Cura, Curaga, and then Curaja. That's probably one of the most used spells that you'll use in this entire game.
Yeah, I tend to spam in most RPGs, you know. Oh, a healing spell.
Yeah, there will be a lot of boss fights where you like need to heal your entire team for a lot.
Oh, does white magic hurt undead?
Yes, it does. And there are some fights where that is very relevant. Because you will fight at least one undead boss, so.
This is so weird.
Yeah. Rosa actually lives in town with her mother, and Cecil has a room in the castle. Yeah, she's gone. You can't chase after her. Forward is to the left there, but there's another part of the castle to the right, which you won't be able to really explore because it's kind of locked off for the time being.
Best time is full. Access chamber is forbidden.
There will come. We will be back here later to steal all the treasures.
Oh yeah, I can tell. We'll be.
Oh yeah, these guys are they're Sid's engineers.
And of course, Sid's all about that airship.
Sid is in like every game, and he's usually an airship engineer.
He's like a gnome in the third one. That's also like his sprite is the same as like a gnome. Weird.
So there's not really a whole lot else you can do right now other than just kind of turn in.
Alright.
You can't leave the castle. They won't let you. Over that building there that's on the left, you might want to check out because get a cool little thing here. Yeah, remember those mages we attacked earlier? Oh, here they are.
Mage poses you can talk to through the bars. You won't get away with this. You hear me? Technically, we already did. Crystal isn't just any.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, a lot of it just seems like it's just a bigger version of the game from the last 2 games. Each game seems.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This game has at least 3 different world maps.
Damn.
They're not all the same size, but they are 3 different like world areas. Yeah, Sid is like, you're the captain of the Red Wings. How can he demote you? He's like, I don't want to make airships to kill people. So one thing that's actually pretty relevant here is that you don't really find this out until later, but airship technology is still relatively new to the world. Like, it's only maybe been like the last 100 years or so that like airships existed.
Not better than some of the previous ones where there was just the one airship.
So there are some airships here, but right now Baron's really the only. They're the only ones who have them. So they have like a fleet of airships at the moment, but none of the other nations have any.
Oh.
The technology for airships is still fairly new, and Sid is kind of like the world's expert on them at the moment.
Best.
Yeah, yep, this progresses forward.
Gotta respect a man who sleeps in his spiky armor.
Yeah. Cecil's just afraid of saying no to the king. The king... So this is something that you find out in the DS version. They flesh this out a little bit more. Cecil was he was found as a baby, and by the king of Baron and raised as his own son. So Cecil, as far as he knows, the king of Baron like is it's like he's his adoptive father, and he doesn't really know his real father. And his mother died, so he doesn't know anything about that either. Rose is just worried that Cecil's gonna get hurt on his mission. So yeah, this is like Cecil's at the point in his life where he's kind of in the corporate daily grind, sort of, where he's like living his life, but just slaving away, going to work, like not really happy with where he's at in life, but like
Ooh,
unsure of like
recognize
what
this
he can
music.
do. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do to like fix his life right now. He's just kind of doing what everybody wants him to do and not what he thinks he should be doing.
And so the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command as captain of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon Kane headed for the Foggy Valley and the village of Mist. It should be a Y instead of an I, thank you very much. And the whole game should just be the two of them try to work levers the whole time.
Yep.
Oh, we got 2 moons. That's dope.
Yes, so that's also relevant later.
The event of
Go ahead.
airship marked the realization of Baron's dream, but also the birth of its militarism, its Royal Air Force, the Red Wing. Baron soon reigned supreme. Oh god, my back's hitting me. Now as monsters multiply and stir unrest, Baron's only exploit how to collect the world's crystal. Why? I don't know, maybe to
Good
stop
question.
the monsters. That kind of sounds like it would be a good excuse, if nothing else.
Yeah, so Baron doesn't actually have a crystal. Well, they're gonna have all the crystals, but that's the plan.
It's the MacGuffin. It's always been the MacGuffin.
Yeah, Baron's like one of the only
Seven.
kingdoms that it doesn't have its own crystal at the moment, because there are 4 crystals in the world. Nasidia has the water crystal. Baron has the fire crystal. The wind crystal, I believe, is the one at Fabul, and Choria is the one that has the earth crystal. So Baron has an airship fleet, but they don't actually own their own, or they don't own their own crystals.
Gobos. And we're
Yeah.
back to classic Final Fantasy leveling system turn-based.
Okay, so Kane has an ability where he can jump to do double damage at the cost of his attack being slower. Cecil has the darkness. You might want to go to town because there's some stuff you can get first.
Okay. I was gonna do some grinding.
Cecil has the ability. Yeah. Well, you won't really need to. All right. Trust me. So, Cecil's ability is called Darkness, and it lets him sacrifice some of his health to deal damage to all enemies.
Okay. Did I buy anything?
I would wait until you collect the stuff that's laying around town so you have a better idea what you need. So, that pot all the way to the right, keep going. Nope, keep going straight. You're walking right towards it. That one. So whenever you walk up to a pot or something that has something in it, if you face it, it will, and the little arrow comes up, that means there's something in there.
Oh, I know that, but
well, no, it's unique to the Pixel remasters. The original did not do that for you. You actually had to click on everything to figure it out. So right now, at least if you're facing something that's there, it'll tell you. Yeah. You can read that newspaper on the wall.
Oh, that's cool. Dancers, nice. Did they get rid of the dancers?
There are many dancers here. Actually, we'll see them in a minute here.
Ah, fair. Because they were always just a weird. Oh, that was cool. They were always just a weird thing to have.
There are a lot of them in this game, and they're just as weird. Yeah, as you can tell, the townspeople are kind of afraid of Cecil right now.
But I look so friendly.
Yeah, like they know you as basically the captain of the Red Wings, and they're like, you're a dark knight, you're scary, you know, one of the last people that they want to piss off at the moment.
Why is he only now realizing that he's clearly like working for the evil side? It's the are we the baddies meme, you know? There must have been signs before this. I'm just really impressed with the level of detail compared even to 3. And one is
so,
like so nothing.
So this is a special path that goes directly to Mysidia. However, as a Dark Knight, you don't have the kind of stamina to use it, so block. The MacGuffin is blocked for right now. This is Naming Way. You might know this. Drake, we're playing Final Fantasy IV. This is the Pixel remaster. So in this game, you can use Naming Way to change the names of any characters in your party whenever you want.
Nah.
Yeah. I think if it's your first time playing through it, I don't usually change the names, but like if I ever replay it, then I'll make them all fun.
A lot of Final Fantasy games have these rooms where characters just give you advice, and
yeah,
I thought
this is like this is the training room basically for all the new players, so it tells you things. You're unfamiliar with this.
In the original of 7, they could be found in the first 3 cities.
So, the weapon and armor shop right now is locked. You need the key for that, which we won't get until much later.
Okay.
However, you can go upstairs here. Here's your first dancer.
Oh, damn.
It is a really big part of this game for some reason. There's like every town usually has one.
Every Final Fantasy had them. Whee! At least I'm not getting damage like in I think it was 2.
I think there should be 2 items here. So there's that. Go down. There's still one other item in that little pool.
Okay.
Yeah. Down. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Hourglass, I think, casts stop on your enemy for a short amount of time.
Nice.
You don't usually need to use those a whole bunch, but you may as well have them. Oh, fuck. I was afraid of that. Hold on. Keep talking now. I just gotta grab a cable quick.
Kitty.
Also, on the top... grass, there's also stuff.
Oh, we lost the magic. The magic
No,
is
I'm-
gone.
What the fuck I did with the box and then oh, you know what? I had my headphones charging, but I think Jess may have unplugged them today to charge her stuff. I didn't realize that I needed them. So, here, get my cable out. Yep, that's Sid's house.
Cool. So, is that everything?
Did you go out in the grass by the top right of town?
I did now.
Nope. Yeah, we're gonna do that because there's some stuff that's there. Yep.
Cool.
That way. So you can actually go through there.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'll come back in town. Okay.
you were in the right spot. I saw, but
Yeah.
there's a hidden path that goes around to the back of town there. Go up, left, yeah, through the right, to the down one to the right, to the other right. Yeah, there you go.
Ah.
Now down. There should be a couple hidden items that you can walk through here.
Useful.
That one. I think there might be one more. There you go. I think that's it.
So is
Okay,
that
there you go. I think
that's
that
it?
should be all the free. This should be all the free stuff.
Okay, so should I pick Etten up before I go, or should we get started?
You may want to buy a couple potions. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I'll buy 5.
Otters, can you not bite me while I'm trying to plug this in? Thank you. I'm trying to keep my headphones from fucking dying. There we go.
Can't say I can't say the goblin sprites on this one are as inspired as some of the others.
There we go. Oh.
Grand Forest.
Did my camera freeze? Yeah,
Yes.
it did. Alright. Fixed. Butters, come on. Can you, stop for just a minute so I can fix this? Stop.
And I was worried I'd be the one making tech problems. You got cat problems and tech problems.
Come on. There we go. Okay, sorry.
Yay!
Alright, we're back. Why don't I hear you all of a sudden? Fuck. Okay, let me think.
Whoop.
Nope, that tracks. Alright, hold on a second. This is one of those moments where I planned for something and then life planned against me against my will.
Hey,
Okay,
that's
we got
just
time.
described my life. I'm back to my giant mug of coffee. Mostly because I'm hungry with this new diet. It's actually not even new anymore. I'm kind of used to it. Helldivers. Look like pieces of toast. I like the sprite design on the characters. Oh wow, I really like Kane's helmet. That's pretty good.
Okay. You're gonna go up to across that bridge to the mountains.
Okay. Guess I'm up here. Eyeballs.
There we go. That's a lot better, but I can at least hear again.
Yay. Let's just level up
You don't-
Cecil and
Yeah. You won't have to do a lot of grinding for this. The first boss you fight, you can like beat it without even leveling up at all.
well, I've already leveled up. King.
Yeah, you are more than powerful enough to beat it as is. So
Still, it'll drive me crazy. Yeah, I like.
yeah, you're gonna go into that cave that's up on the top.
Oh,
right.
I know. I just want to get. I want to get this done before I go in there.
Trust
go.
me, you don't need to worry about it because this is a game. Your party is going to change fairly frequently in this game, so don't get too attached to any given character at any given time.
That's fair. Sword rat. Porcupine.
Yep.
Or a hedgehog.
Okay, so yeah, there.
So when did you first play this?
Like 2 decades ago at least. So I guess yeah. Well, we can talk about some facts about this game. The North American release of this was 1991. It came out as Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. It was originally released in Japan on the Famicom. And one of the fun things is that when they released it in America, they actually believed this game would be too hard for an American audience, so they created what they call Final Fantasy Easy Type. So there's like two like difficulties of this game. There's like the normal one and then the easy one that we got. And so a lot of the stuff was like kind of dummied out or like toned down for the American release, but in subsequent releases they like put a lot of it back in. So like Cecil's Darkness ability, for instance, he didn't have that in the Super Nintendo version in America. However, now in the Pixel remaster they added it back, so that's kind of cool. All the various incarnations of the game had sold like something like 4 million copies, which is pretty fucking good. Yeah, there is a sequel, The After Years, which was originally released for Japanese mobile phones back in 2008, and it was also added to the Wii Shop channel in 2009. It was like an episodic thing too, so it's kind of a different style of game. It's a little bit weird compared to like what you might be used to with sort of these kinds of games. In 2011, though, both Final Fantasy IV and The After Years were released together for the PSP as part of a compilation, and it also includes a new kind of game that ties the two together called Final Fantasy IV Interlude. Which I pretty much... hold on, can you open up your menu for a second? Go into your items. Holy fuck, you got that already?
What's
I
that?
didn't even get... I didn't even get to that yet. Okay, so... all enemies in this game have 4 item slots that they can drop things in. There's basically a common, an uncommon, a rare item drop, and then what's like a mythic item drop. You haven't even found Rydia yet, but Rydia is your summoner. Okay, so there are summons in this game, and she learns most of her summons. You know,
like
just kind of.
Final Fantasy X with you.
Well, yeah, so yeah, she summons things, but you don't really have to worry about summons here because she kind of knows them already. So the ones that she learns, she has to fight them in order to actually like get them to join. So you have like boss battles to get summons to join you.
Oh, like 8.
However, there are 4 secret summons in the game that you can get. All of them suck. They're like completely useless. However, they're all mythic level drops from certain enemies. There are 4 of them. There is a Cockatrice, a Bomb, a Mind Flare, thank you, and the goblin. And you already, like on like your 4th or 5th battle, got one of the rarest items in the
Now
game,
that's
which is
a good roll of the dice right there. That
Yeah, you got-
empowers me.
the goblin summon. So as soon as you get Rydia, you can actually teach that to her.
Aye.
So you're about to fight your first boss, which is a really easy fight. So yeah, it's Goblin, Cockatrice, Bomb, and Mind Flare. Those are the 4 secret ones.
Well, I just
and those
got
4
that from like a random enemy. So is it really just
Well,
any enemy can drop?
No. The enemy that dropped it is the goblin that you just killed. Like that's
Oh.
the one. Those 4 enemies specifically, they're kind of weak enemies, but they drop a special summon for themselves. That is such incredible luck that you got that already. Like, you can play through the entire game and never see a single one of them.
That's cool.
In fact, a lot of enemies, like every enemy has like 4 different item drops, and some of them drop unique things that you can only get through item drops. And they're, like giant gloves, for instance, you can only get from an enemy dropping them, but because they're so incredibly rare, like a lot of times you'll never even know they exist because you just won't ever get them as a drop in your playthrough.
What happens if you say no? Or yes?
Try it.
You choose to
If
ignore
you
one.
say no, you just will go backward and you won't fight him right now.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to fight him to progress.
Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah. Thought there was like a little Easter egg or something.
It just basically gives you an opportunity to say, I'm not ready to fight yet.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair.
Yeah, be careful. Don't attack him when he turns into mist, alright?
Alright.
Well, you know what? No, you should do it once just for shits and giggles. Why not?
Attacking the mist is futile. Alright. When he had some sort of magical attack.
Mhm. Yeah, you can't hurt it in mist form. You don't really need to use darkness in this. Just a regular attack is fine. Darkness is only really good when you have multiple enemies you're trying to hit.
Yeah, that'd be an AoE attack. The jump attack is fucking, it's so weird looking to me with the, oh fuck, put the head on the,
You might want to consider using a potion.
yeah. I had it on auto, and I didn't bother to stop. Item. Okay.
No, you don't need more than one. Just that you're fine. So trust me. You don't have to take an action either. You can also just leave it as their turn.
Oh, okay. And it counts down itself.
Yes, it uses what's called active time battle. So even as long as even if you just sit here, like eventually the enemy will just take its turn. So there, I believe in the menu you can configure it between active and wait. So when it becomes your turn, like all the other meters will stop filling until you decide to do something. But if you just have it set to active, which I think it is by default, everybody's turn just keeps filling up, and as soon as it's the enemy, our bar is full. They will.
All right,
just
then
attack.
I'll leave it then.
Yeah.
Jesper, God, who's that good-looking man up at the top? I don't know, but some very attentive person gave him a bunch of food just a few minutes ago, and he's clearly enjoying that.
Oh yeah, it was very nice.
What is it?
Steakums and eggs.
Ooh. Breakfast of champions. Jesus, took long enough. Maybe I should have grinded a bit more just to sped that up.
No, you're fine. So there's another really fun part here. So you want to go outside. So don't go into town just yet. Just move over so you can see the town. All right, stop here. So in the original version of this game, there is actually a glitch that you can perform. Every time that you use a tent or a cabin, you can actually move one square without triggering any event tiles.
Ooh.
So if you used a cabin or a tent, literally the square right before the town, you could load your, or after you use your tent, move on top of the town and actually skip entering the town entirely. Which lets you sequence break a bunch of stuff in the game, so you don't have to trigger what's about to happen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds you of the what was the thing you could do in Pokemon Red and Blue with the it was like the unknown file or something.
Mm-hmm. But one of the things that's really funny about this is that it lets you, if you sequence break it like that, Rydia ends up fighting against herself. Uh-oh.
Well, this looks like a big old crime of the war variety.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who literally just sent you to do a war crime in Mysidia sent you to do a war crime in the town of Mist.
Like, a girl.
Yeah, so in this game, if somebody kills your summoned monster, you actually die.
Oh, okay. This would have been very ballsy at the time. You start by playing a basically the bad guys.
Yeah. You literally start the game by doing 2 separate genocides. And you attempt to murder a child.
I will still think that like Cecil must have been like keeping blinders on for years, not to see that like he was clearly working for the evil people. Like, why are you shocked? Like you probably have children's skulls on that armor.
There's a reason for that, and it actually wasn't like all bad until recently. So.
Or why don't these two just run away together and not actually try to overthrow the government? You could just like hide.
Well, that's literally what they're discussing right now. They're like, maybe we should just leave Baron and try to get Rosa out and just not fucking work for the evil guys anymore.
I think the girl has a, you know, she could, you know, be justified saying that she doesn't want to go with the people who...
Yeah, but she's literally in a town that is currently burning to the ground, and if you leave her here, she will die. You're not trying to do any more war crimes.
That's while stabbing a child. Dude. Well, that was
Yeah, she just did an earthquake in the middle of the mountain, so
Kind of weird there was no music there, but okay. Got my first achievement. Inflammatory decisions.
so yeah. If you in the original game, if you actually skipped mist, you could go through here without even blowing up the town.
The I can never pronounce that word. Is this Salhain? Salhain?
Sahagan, I think.
Sahagan. They have a very sort of Broadway play sort of strut to them in this game, I noticed.
They're basically like merfolk.
Yeah.
In fact,
They're
in
desert merfolk.
so fun fact, currently in Magic the Gathering, they're doing a Final Fantasy set, and Sahagins are in fact merfolk in that.
Guessing this Oasis down is where I'm going. While you're sleeping, she just takes your sword and slits your throat.
She would very much like to, yeah.
At this point, yeah, it's a. I gotta say, like, it's almost like the game is secondary to these cutscenes.
In the beginning, it is, yeah.
And even give him a name, just General.
So here's the fun thing: if you kill all the soldier guys, the red ones first, the general will run away.
Ooh. Is there any story beat to that?
I think if you kill the other option is you could kill 2 of the red guys and then kill the general, and then the soldiers get confused and then attack themselves. So there's some fun mechanics you can play with here.
Nice. Also, I know it doesn't have that much to do with it, but just because of the setting and everything, I think a little bit of Avatar vibes. Or because she's a summoner, so, you know.
Yeah. You just got cussed out by somebody from Quebec. Wow.
Wow, that's Did they at least have the terrible accent?
So, yeah, this is Rydia.
Rydia.
She's your summoner. She's also like 5 right now. She's very young. So if you look at your party menu now, she is level 1.
Jeez, she looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
This is a good opportunity to try to level her up a little bit. So you might want to buy her some. Yes.
Oh, just like that. Okay, cool. I thought you have to go over it, whatever. A spear and armor. Okay,
So she can only equip, I think, leather stuff.
fair enough.
She has a rod actually, so you know what, you're fine. So what you want to do now is go into combat with her. We're going to learn about rods.
That sounds really suggestive, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, kinda. Rydia knows her way around a rod.
The 5-year-old knows. Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, the 5-year-old does. I said what I said.
He's gonna put his rod on the ground and stand chest out and say, confirm it. Die on that hill. Speaking of dying, let's see if she dies.
Don't go too far from town because there's still something else we're gonna do here before we leave. But
okay.
So instead of attacking with her, so have Cecil attack. Go to items. Go up. If you go up, it goes to whatever currently is equipped.
Yeah.
You can use a lot of these equipped items as spells. So Rod, you can actually be used as a spell.
So that's technically magic missile, but okay.
Yeah. It's a lot better for her than just attacking, so...
Ah. It's a little clunky, but it's good.
Yeah, well, you can also auto-battle, and she'll continue to do it.
That's true. She's also
And there's a bunch of different rods that do different things, so... She will level up very quickly. I usually get her to about level 9 or 10.
Frick. Cheat move. I did not read that as Insectus. I read that as... yeah. I am online far too much for my own good. I might be getting a bike pretty soon. A good offer on a second-hand one. From the guy around the corner. Might snag it up. Unlike Coves, I will actually not have an excuse to go bike.
When weather permit, obviously.
That's what. Which is right now. Oh, we're having a lovely summer. Got an achievement. Apprentice Warrior. Defeat 100 monsters. Already 100? Damn.
It was really nice. Yesterday we went out walking for like a couple hours. We walked like 6 miles.
Yeah, we like Mondo. We're getting our exercising, but our nerd status.
See, she's already at level 6. This is good.
Oh.
Well, she doesn't have any MP because they used osmosis on her and stole it.
Oh, bollocks. Back to town for the,
Yeah, you might want to go to the inn.
Thought that went for health. Was written in town I can nick?
Yeah, I don't actually think there's stuff to steal here, but there's definitely something you want to check out.
Okay. Already talked to everyone over here. Upstairs.
So a lot of these people will tell you about different things in the world, so it kind of gives you an idea of like where things are. Also, remember you can read the flyer on the wall. It's just a flavorful thing that, you know, this is a bar, so they have a special like thing. But the building you want to go to is the one that's the top right building. Other right.
Yeah, I was thinking, that's a funny looking right.
Oh, there's that one. So, I actually forgot about that ether, but yeah, this is the house. You want to go in here.
What are the chances? They've changed the sage's sprite to a different color.
She's got desert fever.
Rare jewel, sand ruby, found only in the cave where the antlion grows.
So, here's your situation. You've now become a traitor to Baron. Your girlfriend is now dying in the desert, and you have to go and get the sand ruby to save her life.
Cool. I've also got a proto Arya Stark hanging around with me. She starts whispering a selection of names as she goes to sleep. I don't think I'll be sleeping in the same room as her.
No. You have a child with you right now who is going to go on to become one of the most powerful sages in the entire world. She really is, yeah. Except there is notably one spell that she refuses to learn, which you'll find out later. I mean, she has a little bit of trauma that she hasn't really dealt with yet, because you did just kind of genocide her whole town and kill her mom, so...
Like one of those OP.
Yeah, you literally ruined her entire life.
Well,
you
know,
sadly, you're the only person that saved her life from the fucking Baron soldiers who were going to kill her, so she literally has nobody else except for the person who murdered her mother to, stay with.
Should I pick up a new weapon armor?
You can buy another rod if you want. I think that'll be useful. No, you won't need it just yet, but just buy one. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Armor?
Now, you shouldn't need anything else for now. You'll be fine. I would just level her up just a little bit more before you leave here, and then before you head out, then buy some healing items. Because you're going to be in a cave for a while. So right now, she knows, by default, she knows one summon spell, which is Chocobo. But now you've also taught her Goblin, which there's pretty much no time you ever actually want to use it except to just meme.
Sweet. In that case, I'll use it right now.
The secret spells are very pathetic.
Goblin punch. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it only costs 1 MP, so...
Yeah.
The other ones are actually worse than that, so surprisingly. Usually the best thing to do by default with her is just not attack with it, but actually have her cast the rod spell from the item menu.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah. No, her physical attack is fucking terrible.
But yeah.
However, the rod attack is a lot better. And also, remember, this is a game that has rows in it. So right now you have Cecil in the front row and she's in the back row. The cool thing is that rods work perfectly fine from the back row. So
yep, it's range and it's magic, so it wouldn't.
And she has very low health and defense, so keeping her in the back row and throwing magic forward is right strategy.
I'll level her up one more time. Or two.
Yeah, once she's at a level 8 or higher, then you're usually fine.
Yeah.
So just level her up once more. That way she has enough HP where if she gets attacked, she's not going to die in one hit. She's going to be part of your party for a while now. One more fight with her. Sandworm. Yep. Going all Dune.
Jai
All right.
Halud.
Yeah. All right. So now you should buy some healing items before you head off.
So we got one more fight in, just the major change going on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's convenient the rod is like just powerful enough to be able to kill these enemies. Item shop is in there. It's to the right. Nope. Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
it's the one that's over. Yeah. I mean, 50 gil is a pretty cheap price to heal, so.
Does it stack up in each town, more expensive each town like the other games?
It does, yeah. I think like the most expensive one gets to be like either like 400 or 1,000 gil or something like that. I think it's like 400. It's dumb, but you
just one of everything.
you don't need one of everything. You have 5 tents, that should be fine. Buy a couple Maiden's Kisses though, because you may need them. I might also buy a couple Phoenix Downs because right now you have very limited ways to get people up.
Yeah.
And then potions are never a bad thing to have either. So.
I suppose you burn through them enough.
I mean, what ends up happening is that you usually don't need as much stuff as you're carrying, but it's better to have it and not need it. So.
Right. By late game, in most Final Fantasies, I'm usually 99ing everything.
So, yeah, you should be good to head out here now. Also, you might want to save, because I don't think we did that yet. Alright, you're going to go north. To the old waterway. Oh, north and to the right, sorry.
Okay.
You can hit auto battle here. So somebody mentioned this in town, actually. Oh my god. There's a fucking spider that is descending from my camera right now.
I was just talking about that yesterday on stream. Same thing happened to me years ago. I'm right in front of my camera.
No, well, I don't want to be friends with it right now.
Really?
I used to wear a lot of baseball caps, and one stream I was the spider just went right on down it. This whole place is a kingdom of fucking spiders. Yeah. Oh, we gotta get that one more level up. That one more level up. I just realized I really should just have my camera facing the other way. Transform. No. There we go. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I got the links down below.
Yeah, the spider
And all
attack.
that other good stuff. All that other good stuff.
I was not really prepared for there to just be a spider on my webcam.
They wanted to be a part of the show. Get some tips.
Yeah, no thank you.
Okay,
So, there's some treasure chests you can get in here. There's also a secret room in here, too. But you have to go in the water to find it.
Wild.
Whatever. You might want to be careful with your like. Darkness is a kind of dangerous thing when you use it. Like I said, it depletes your health fairly
Oh
quickly.
yeah, I saw that there. Right. She really can't hit anything with that thing, can she?
Yep. I'll go up here. Who the fuck is this?
An old man. He's literally called old man. Nice.
Yeah, so you actually heard rumors about him in the town we were just in.
Sage Hella is joined the party.
Yep. So I would equip him with a rod if you have one, which we should because we bought one. Yeah, give him that. I don't. You can check. I don't know if you have any other any other armor on you. If you have any helmets or gloves, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. So the important thing is, you should have him probably use the same rod spell that she's using.
I was thinking that, yeah.
His recall ability is interesting, but mostly useless. He randomly either fails to recall a spell, or he sometimes can recall like a tier 2 spell, like Thundara, for instance. But it's random, and it's not. Yeah, it's not really worth doing for the most part. He knows a couple different spells, so kind of neat. You want to go down to the right here. Yeah, up. So you got to go into the water here. Go up that little waterfall. Oh yeah. These things have an attack that can turn you into a toad, which is why I said to buy the Maiden's Kisses, just in case. Okay, you can give him that if you want. Pretty sure you can still use it. No, not Cecil, Tella. Armlets are usually caster equipments.
And else?
And then go down here and to the left. Walk into that waterfall.
Ah, it's a video game waterfall, of course. Dry ether.
There are not very many places in the game where you can find X potions. They're like they're the best non-elixir healing item you can get. There's nothing else out here. You can go back up the stairs you came down.
Cool.
The X potion I would not use if you don't have to, because I think it restores
an X potion is like one of the
it restores 1,000 health, and you don't even have like half that. So, but yeah, that's one of the only chests in the entire game that actually has an X potion in it. The first couple times I played through the game, I didn't even know that room existed. Oh yeah, another fun fact. You'll notice when Tella levels up, some of his stats go up and some of them go down.
Ooh, what's that?
Well, his magic-based stats go up, but because he's an old-ass man, his like strength actually goes down when he levels up. He gets like more frail, but his like magic becomes more potent.
It's an interesting trade.
Yep. Just neat little details that are added to here. Eventually, it will just run away, so don't worry about it. Just keep attacking it.
This seems odd.
There we go. Like, you have to do a lot of damage to kill it in, like, one hit, basically. Yeah, you're gonna go straight up.
Kind of weird that the rocks block the path. In older games, they would have just been like a part of the mesh on the ground.
Yep. Go to the left there. They're trying. Cecil does all the heavy lifting. Everyone else just does their best.
Push in.
No. You gotta walk all around here in the bottom.
Go for another, say, half an hour and then call it.
Well, you can go as long as you want. I'm fine for a while. So.
Well, I gotta go to bed. I got Betty buys to go to. I go to bed
okay.
at a reasonable hour like a sweet boy now.
Yeah, okay. It should be long enough to get us to the hovercraft, I think. That'd be a good spot. Oh yeah, so these are zombies. So Cecil's attack, his dark sword is useless against zombies. However, you can actually hurt zombies by healing them.
That's what I was.
They're weak to fire and cure magic. So if you were to say use a potion on a zombie, it would actually hurt it.
Let's try.
Be careful you don't auto attack, or otherwise you're gonna keep like using potions and healing. Yep, you're gonna go down here to the left. Yeah, just don't let them. Oh yeah, you're gonna reset your attacks. Here.
Oh, you said it, and I was like, of course.
Well, don't worry about it too much. Just make sure you have them actually attack.
Yeah, hold on.
The frog enemy. How do you cure yourself when you turn? That's what the Maiden's Kiss item is for. You can either have Rydia cast Toad on whoever's turned into a frog, or you can use the Maiden's Kiss to cure frog status. And Frog is the only spell you can cast while you are a frog, I believe. So even if Rydia gets turned into a toad, she can always unturn herself into a toad. Alright, so here's a little cutscene. Just walk forward. This is your introduction to save points. Oh, this is your first time with Final Fantasy IV. Well, this is my favorite of them all. It's a fun game. I like it.
I only very briefly messed around with it and then moved on to other games. So now, thanks to Majicus here, I'll have a guide to do everything perfect. So I won't have him in the chat screaming and pulling out the last shreds of his hair, going, "He missed the thing. He's doing it all wrong."
You're almost done. You're about like halfway through this cave, and then do the little area afterwards, and that should be good for. Yeah, we're going to Damsian. Tella just thinks that something bad is going to happen. All right, you can you can actually save your game here. Conveniently, Tella used a tent for you, so you don't actually have to use one here.
Nice.
So you can just continue on. Grab that chest though, because that should have an ice rod in it. So you can have one of your people, instead of using the regular rod, use an ice rod. In some versions of the game, the ice rod was actually weaker than the regular rod, but I think they fixed it in this one, so it's still actually useful. You may have to have Rydia actually use it. No, not him. Not him. He's gonna just attack. Oh, never mind. This one, it's useless in this one. Yeah, just put the regular rod back on.
I will
but...
keep it in case we run across an enemy that's weak to
Yeah.
ice.
Well, she actually knows Blizzard, and if you have her cast Blizzard as a real magic spell, it's way more effective. Oh, you're also at this part, yeah. Yeah, I would just give her back the regular rod. In some versions of the game, they fixed the ice rod so it's actually worth using, but yeah, apparently not the Pixel Master. So there's like 7 different versions of the game. So it's been on Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, PSP, Nintendo DS, and then also Steam. And the Japanese, it was on Famicom, and also a system called the Wonder Swan Color.
The Wonder Swan Color.
It's kind of like a Japanese competitor to the Game Boy.
Good work. I'm sure it really did well on the market.
I mean, they got Final Fantasy IV on it, so like they got a couple Final Fantasy titles for their system. So I mean, it was, yeah, I guess.
Get a Final Fantasy at one point.
That I am not sure about. So here we can start. I think this chest. No, the next couple chests you open should be equipment for Cecil. You're going to start upgrading his stuff. You don't have to fight every single one of these. You can actually run away if you want.
Counter argument. I like to get achievements, and I also like to level up my characters till I'm overpowered and I destroy everything.
Well, I'm going to tell you that it's not going to matter a whole lot.
Will it matter for
Not at
Cecil?
this. No. Without spoiling anything, no.
This is the downside of starting the series much later after a lot of the quirks of it have been codified.
Like, you only really need to be strong enough to kill the bosses. You don't really want to go much higher than that. You're already fine to kill this boss, so... Like, you could probably get through the entire rest of this, like, first quarter of the game at the level you're at now, so...
Okay, now I'll leave, because it just doesn't want to retreat for whatever reason. Oh,
There it is.
there we go. It knew. It just... Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna go up. Yeah, and you're gonna... So, if you go to the left here, down that little corridor, this is your introduction to hidden passages. So there are in certain caves like little hidden passages like this, and the game is just kind of introducing it to itself. Oh yeah, it is really hilarious that this like 5-year-old child can summon a Titan that's literally strong enough to just decimate an entire town.
Did it not have any, like, a place where she could fucking study her powers so she wouldn't be, you know...
So, yeah,
walking
get...
doom machine?
Yeah, get that, but go back in the hidden area because there's
Yeah, I
a.
saw another path. Right, this time already.
Rydia is a very talented magic user, but she. So one theme that you're going to notice in this game is that when characters get angry, they get more powerful. Their rage gives them strength, and that becomes like, for certain characters, that becomes like an actual fucking thing.
Okay, I'm gonna thunder the whole thing for a change. Okay.
You can.
Same as the last one.
It's not quite enough to kill them, so it's not really worth doing. It's better to just let them retreat.
Yeah. Come on.
I mean, you can attack them with the.
No.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on warp.
Well, she's going to continue learning spells all the way up through like level 60, I think. So.
Damn.
But yeah, the boss fight that we're going to have, you're going to be casting a lot of magic spells, which is why I advise not doing a whole lot of it until then.
Fair. One thing I did like in Final Fantasy 2 was the sort of leveling system, which was almost like Bethesda-y.
Yeah.
Where the more you used it,
Alright.
better cap.
So you got a feathered cap, so I think Tella doesn't have a hat on right now, so you can give him one. Yeah. So, but we're actually close to outside here, so go on. Cecil ain't doing shit. You're honestly the best thing to do with these guys is probably have Tella cast Lakira on all of them.
Yeah. For her.
No, she's actually not the only child character. I know, like off the top of my head, in Final Fantasy IX, you have Aiko, who is also very young, and she's a summoner as well. But
yeah.
there's not many.
Yeah.
Most characters and
Major.
most of the Final Fantasy characters are a little bit older.
Oh my god, why?
No, yeah, I have, yeah. But she might be the youngest because I think she's only 5 at this point, and I think Aiko is like 8.
That would include even if you included Kingdom Hearts, wouldn't you? Because at the start of it, they were all.
Yeah.
Well, that background is weird.
Well, you're kind of like high up in this cave at this point. That's like you're in like the top of the cave system here. This might be worth using magic spells to kill these all because you're going to be going outside in a bit, so you might want to just have Tella start to kill everything fast. Yeah, you know what? Have Rydia just bolt them all. Yeah, sure. She's actually better at casting magic than Tella is sometimes.
Ether.
But he knows Kira, so I mean that kind of makes up for a little bit. To the right here is one of the more important items in the dungeon, though. I would run away from the fight. This is not worth fighting.
Okay, how come then I can't see the...
You have to hold both shoulder buttons in order to run.
Oh.
Assuming you're using a controller.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now over to the right.
Yeah, go across the bridge. Then you're gonna go down and get these chests.
Another hourglass,
and you got a shadow blade, so you can give that to Cecil. Yeah, it's an upgrade for his sword.
Cool. Edgy. Red? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Moose.
All right.
Fuck
So
moose.
so these things are flans. All right, they're their entire family of these things.
I know what a flan
Flan.
is. The most annoying
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
the games.
Yeah, they are only vulnerable to magic spells.
Unless you really buff up your character.
It is possible to get to a point where you can kill flans with damage, but it takes a lot. You have to be very over leveled for that. In this game, however, there is also you can actually use a tent out here. I might recommend that since it gives you your MP back, and we're going to need it for boss fight. Yeah, there's a secret enemy in this game called the Pink Princess Flan or Pink Puff, depending upon which version you're playing. And they drop an item that you can trade for adamant armor, which is like the best thing in the game. I would just use the rods for a while. Opinion for what question about Final Fantasy 16?
Clive is a stupid name for a main character.
I mean, I saw a little bit of it. Like, I didn't play a whole lot of it, but like it seemed like it was pretty cool to me. So I like that it kind of goes back a little bit to the roots of Final Fantasy, where it's like a little bit more on the I say fantasy side rather than the technology part. So
I mean, 15 was just South Korea.
yeah, you're gonna go up these stairs here. No, yeah, just go up. I like when Final Fantasy is like a fantasy game and not like, I don't know, go down. Yeah, and not
7
just like
was the first to really do that with the more modern.
yeah. Like I don't mind when you mix. So like I'm fine with mixing like magic and technology, like this game and Final Fantasy 6 does a lot. But like I don't know, there's some like once you get to 7 and 8, like it kind of. And then, like, even, like, some of the ones after that, like, it starts to veer away from that a little bit. So I do kind of appreciate that 16 goes kind of back to its roots a little bit and bringing back the fantasy, because a lot of the ones, you know, like, I think 13 and, you know, so on, like, 15, I think, are, like, kind of more less fantasy, I should say.
Like 15 sci-fi, basically.
It
was very all over the place. Also, I have to say that had to be the worst art style out of all of them. 13.
Yeah.
It was so much of nothing going on. It was just ornate for.
You got more stuff for Cecil here. So.
Okay.
Yeah. You also can just hit optimal and it will equip all of his most powerful equipment. No, go.
Hades gloves.
Yeah. I think you're gonna get a body armor before we fight the boss too. To the left. I also like that you can cycle through the characters on the screen.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of variety.
You don't have to fight me, you could just run. Because you're like right at, like the boss is in this room, so open up these chests. One of these should be your armor, I think. Yeah, give him that. You don't get a Hades shield for some reason. They seem to have overlooked that. The lighting hairstyle. All right, there you go. So this is the boss. So you wanna use as many thunder spells on it as possible.
All right, makes sense. Water.
Yeah.
That's a goofy face. And
Yeah.
he looks like a 90s super soaker.
Just have Cecil attack it and have both of them spam. No, not the rod. You want them to use thunder. Just auto battle it and let them just keep blasting the shit out of him. You'll wear them down very quickly. I don't remember if this one is in Final Fantasy 1 or not.
But that's Octomammoth, no.
Yeah. He's like your first real well, I guess technically the Mist Dragon is a boss here, but like it doesn't really feel like it, but this is kind of like Baby's first boss, you know. Tellus sort of walks you through what you're supposed to do.
Excellent. Weakening.
The Mist Dragon is really cool. It's just the Mist Dragon is like you literally could fight the Mist Dragon without having leveled up at all. You'd just be totally fine. It's basically not possible for it to kill you unless you are incredibly incompetent.
There.
Well, we're gonna get to see some fun stuff happen now.
Oh, we got Toad.
Yeah, so now you could actually use Rydia's Toad Bell to untoad herself or other people. Yeah. So, yeah. There's your castle, that's where you're going.
Cool.
That's less cool.
These games do have a penchant for wanting strategic bombing on targets.
They may give you a little short version here. Oh, lightning from Final Fantasy 13. So before you go in here, go outside the castle on the edge here. So to the right, down, or I mean up. Just walk around the edge of the castle here. One more space over. No, you want to go up all the way to like the top here. There you go. There's a treasure room up here that you can get some stuff that will help you.
Damn. He's blinded. Antidote. Potion.
It's kind of a cool secret that rewards you for exploring.
More games need to do that.
Yeah. It gives you a lot of stuff that you were going to probably want to buy anyway later. The wall right... No, go back. The wall right where the guy was laying at. Face up. There we go.
It's got that achievement there. Crossbow.
Yeah, just hang on to that stuff for right now.
What's the ruby ring?
Don't bother with it right yet. Just trust me. Not necessary. Yeah, this game is really this game is like kind of a soap opera. There's a lot of really weird shit that happens here. We're about to have one of those moments right now.
You all dead.
So basically what happened right before you got here is the Red Wings invaded the castle and stole their... They like bombed the shit out of it, sent some monsters in to like steal the crystal and everything. There's one treasure chest up to the top right that you can take.
They didn't even do a good job looting.
Yep. I like that they added the little smoke effects here. Oh no, it's Tella's daughter. It's the bard that he hates so much.
So is that where it comes from?
Yes, they kept the line in from the original.
You spoony bud. Years later, a very scruffy motherfucker with a drinking problem will make a YouTube career out of that fucking one line.
Yep.
I'm surprised it isn't me. Though I do owe Noah and Twyler without him, I wouldn't have ever really gotten into YouTube. Yeah. Even before TJ, like I got into the Channel Awesome group beforehand, and that was Spoonie. So yeah.
Tella got interrupted from him beating this guy down to learn. The bard is actually Edward, the Prince of Damsian. And then this guy named Golbez replaced Cecil as the captain of the Red Wing. King sent out Golbez and the Red Wings to get the crystal. And then, yeah, she got caught in the crossfire. And now she's dead. Like a mouse.
Okay, but here's the beauty of it. Like she hasn't blinked a couple of times out of existence like most dead people in these games.
Now she's dead. Now, Tella's daughter.
Not Tella's daughter, no!
Yeah. Cecil's like, what are you doing? He's like, I will kill Golbez on your own. I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help. No, she is actually dead. Yeah, that is a plot point here. Tella goes completely fucking off the rails because Golbez in his conquest here ended up killing his daughter, so that is what motivates him to do everything he does from this point on. Edward here is crying, his eyes out because he just lost the love of his life.
Everyone just had a seizure real quick. That's awesome.
Well, he just smacked him on the head. He's like, bitch, you're a prince. You need to fucking grow up because we have stuff to do.
Listen, just lost the love.
Right, I know. That's one of the craziest things here. It's like, the way that they handle, or I should say, don't handle trauma in this game is just ridiculous.
Get over it, you pussy.
That's why I'm saying this game is kind of like a soap opera because they really gloss over a lot of emotional baggage here. It's just it takes more than 30 seconds to be over the fucking loss of your mother or the loss of your
much like a soap opera. They only have so much screen time, so
yeah. Again, they cut out 75% of the script from the original version of the game, so they had to
go.
They had to fit in what they could. So those pots, by the way, do actually heal your health and MP. I mean, you could go back in and use them, but there's no real reason to go back in there ever again. So
hovercraft.
So the hovercraft could take you back to Kaipo if you go in the bottom left area. It can go over those little rocks. That's it. So yeah, if to the left from where you're at, if you go over the water across those rocks, you can go back to the town we started from. But that's actually not the way we're going just yet.
Okay, I see.
You need to go to there's a cave that is on the right that you need to get through, or use the hovercraft to get to.
Yeah, get the ruby.
Yep. So you got to go up here. Yeah, you go across the shoals here.
Wow, this is finicky.
A little bit, yeah. So yeah, this is the next dungeon you have to go through. It's not terribly long, but yeah, this is the antlion's nest.
Well, this is actually where we're gonna end it. So,
yeah, you might want to equip your characters with some of the stuff you just got first.
Yeah.
I mean, once you know what you're doing, you can breeze through this pretty quickly. But yeah, since it's your first time, you get to enjoy the sights and everything.
I get to have everyone's little tiny hat.
Yeah, well, he's a bard, so it's fine. Just you can hit optimal, and it'll actually just automatically put on whatever your best stuff is for him. Yeah. Do the same with Rydia.
Nice, Rob.
You actually. So this is the other thing I wanted to say. So it put the feathered cap on her, which is good, but it equipped the ice rod, which is bad. So you want to put the actual rod back on. So there you go. Edward attacks with a harp, which can attack from the back row, but his attacks are also pathetic. Edward sucks as a character.
That's fair. I found that tends to be the case in most Japanese
And that's
media. If your character's named Edward, you're gonna be
yeah, and that's going to be a theme throughout the game. Edward's not a very powerful character,
Let's have
but
one fight
he
with him
has
before we wrap up.
he has to learn to be brave and be inspirational. So he has the ability to sing, which can sometimes do different magical effects. He can hide from damage by using his hide command, where he runs off screen, and basically he just doesn't exist for your fight until you bring him back.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pathetic.
he's a coward.
Yeah.
He is a coward. It is pathetic. So
Well, then
you know.
that works in the 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 actual storyline. So that's okay.
It does, like, it's flavorful because it makes sense for him as a character, but it's not an effect that you. There's only like one time when you might really consider using it, and it's not terribly useful.
Fair.
So.
Well, you're gonna have to hold off on that. I'll do the odd bit of grinding between now and the next time on this. I won't go inside the cave. I'll just walk around and.
You're not going to need to do a whole lot of grinding at this phase. Like I said,
It might be a way to kill an hour while I'm listening to like a podcast or something.
you definitely don't need to do that. Trust me. You are not at the point of the game where that is by any means necessary.
All right. Well, this was a cool one, and I definitely am down for doing another episode. But you guys are gonna have to wait a month, or at least until next month, before we come back. However,
we get about 2 hours in here, so
yeah. However, you'll be seeing more U.F.F. on the the last Wednesday of the month, I think we are having. Let's just bring up the calendar. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. The 28th. We'll be back for Crisis Core with Chesh. She'll be up there this time.
I will leave you with one more fun fact, since we did just get Edward in our party. So, actually, in the original game, his name actually wasn't Edward. It was actually Gilbert. But the thing is, because the Super Nintendo has a character limit here for the number of characters in his name, it's only 6. Gilbert is a 7-character name, so they changed his name to Edward for the American release and kept it for all subsequent releases here.
It was a different time when you had to go by the bits.
Yeah, that's exact. So, yeah, that was my fun fact I'll leave you with for this.
Well, don't leave us without telling us who you is and where to find you.
I am Lord Magicus. I do stuff over on my channel. A lot of it is like playing Magic. I need to find time to do another stream. It's been crazy since Jess has just moved in here, and we've got Mr. Butters here. But I'll probably doing more streaming soon. I do it on Twitch and on YouTube. So
Linktree in the doobly. As for me, quick check what my next schedule is here on Low Energy. I think I'm doing something technically today for me, but tomorrow. I will be grinding on a Final Fantasy game, but I'll be grinding on Final Fantasy 3. I'll be doing that I'll be doing that here, just to talk to chat, and it'll probably be late in the evening. Something. So if you want to stick around, I'll just be grinding some more levels up there, and yeah, and then after that, I won't be doing anything until Saturday. I'm gonna have a 2-day binge with some friends, and then I'll need probably Friday to recuperate. But on Saturday we are finally getting back into Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's here. And then episode 200 of Bearded Ramblings, guest Kai, creeps up on you. So, that's all here. See yous all goddamn soon. And, yeah. Hope you had